And welcome back to Mass Culture Podcast, episode number 15 with a very special guest.
What's up? I'm Jamie. Go by J Breze. DJ Breze nowadays because I'm a wedding DJ.
Okay.
All right. How's that going for you?
It's going pretty good. It's hit or miss, on and off. It's a lot more work than I thought it would be. Good friend of mine that I met through you, Mike Maxon, got me into it during a music video shoot. And he really brought me a long way with what I need to get, what I shouldn't be doing. Where should I be looking?
Anywhere you want.
All right. So at first I started DJing bars, trying to get weddings. I started getting weddings, and I watch a lot of podcasts. Nick Spinelli, oh man, on the spot. Who is it? Nick Spinelli. I can't think of the names offhand, but of course he was the first one that DJ Bar, I think, were the first ones that I started watching. Unlimited hours, just every day. I ride around at work. Is my main job, is I'm a driver. So when I'm riding around, I'll put on podcasts. I love listening to this, so it's cool to be on one. This is what I do all day. I listen to podcasts. So I'll drive around listening. And that's how I learned and picked up a lot of stuff. So between Mike Maxon teaching me and learning from other DJs, I think I'm 6 years DJing. I'm 6 years in now DJing, and 5 years. This is my 5th year doing weddings already. And it feels like it was just yesterday that I started. So it's like
it's been 5 years.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's pretty impressive.
Since you met Mike?
Yeah.
Wow.
6 now. It's over 6 years already. Since
Time
that video
flies.
shoot.
Wow.
What was the video?
That was
Gobstopper.
Well, okay.
Yeah.
That was probably 19-ish. Yeah.
That's crazy.
Wow. Yeah, that time flies. Wow. And you so your main background though, do you focus now? Do you consider you're more of a DJ, or are you still an artist?
More of a DJ now.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. What about the artist side of things? Like, take us way back to like where you started, your influences, all that.
Oh my. So, I'm trying to think of a good starting point.
Think about the first time you wrote a verse.
Why did you
write it?
maybe 8th or 9th grade. But before that, I did used to freestyle before I knew what freestyling was.
Mm-hmm.
My cousin Lisa's husband, Jordan, when I was visiting, I was upstairs just, who knows what I was doing. I guess freestyling to something, and he came upstairs and caught me, and I don't remember exactly how my feelings were at the moment, but I'm sure I was caught off guard and embarrassed. Mm-hmm. And he taught me at that moment. He was like, "You know what that is?" And I was like, "No, what is?" I was thinking like, "No, what is?" And he was like, "That's freestyling." And I can't even remember what age I was at that time. Mm-hmm. But fast forwarding from there, I think I really started getting into making music. I would go downtown and get my beats, instrumentals, from the guys that sold bootlegs. And that's what I could get my hands on.
You started buying... Are you talking about Stedfords, or were you talking about?
No, it might have been. That sounds familiar.
Hyde's,
a
maybe?
record shop or something?
No, it was like anybody that I could catch downtown that had out the back of their trunk.
So you hey man, you got some beats? I'm like, yeah, dog. In
No,
the trunk.
no, they would
These are the
usually.
best beats in town.
No, they were actually famous artist beats.
Okay. Oh, so you were basically just buying like CDs at the time, I
Yeah.
assume? And they're like CDRs of like everyone's beats.
the
And they-
instrumentals or whatever.
And they might have like a mix CD of beats that they just downloaded.
That sounds very Stedfords-ish.
Yeah. But
Somewhere in that
that's
field.
at that time. That's the only time during that year I could get my hands on something like that.
Yeah.
And then 2000, 2001, when Dr. Dre came out with the Chronic 2001.
Yeah.
He came out with the Chronic 2001 instrumentals only.
Technically, that came out in '99. That album, which was so smart of them to name it 2001. Looking back, you feel like it came out in 2001.
Yeah,
But yeah,
you're
technically, 99 is
99?
yeah.
Did you hear that was actually supposed to be 2000, but somebody beat him to it?
Yeah. But because at the time, that was such a... Remember, everything was Y2K
Yes.
and everything was going on. Remember Y2K was like the big, the world's going to end.
I remember where I lived in the morning that I woke up because I was so paranoid about the rumors, about everything crashing.
Oh, you know who beat them too? It was Death Row.
Yeah, I
Death
think that
Row
is right.
put out an album called like Death Row 2000 or
Yeah.
something. And just to stick it to Dre.
Yep.
And that's
then,
what it was.
That's
And then he pushed it to
something
2001,
Yeah.
the Chronic 2001.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
99, that was a crazy time to live, huh?
Yeah.
Thinking the world's going to end.
Yeah.
I remember I was working at a grocery store, and there'd be people getting at fistfights over gallons of water.
That still happens nowadays when things happen.
This like before all that.
Oh, yeah.
That's like the original of all that.
Did you ever watch like Doomsday Initiative people? Like they think that, you know, they have like a secret room in their house that's got like food for the next 5 years.
There's a lot of cool videos on YouTube and stuff like that.
Okay, so you start out, you're
So
buying.
let's go back to you, Dad.
You're
That's
buying.
cool.
You're buying.
When you said the safe room, that reminded me of that movie, The Safe House.
Yeah.
I think that was called The Safe Room.
I know what you're talking about. Yeah,
That was a good ass movie.
That is a good movie.
Yeah.
Okay, so you start out buying instrumentals. What is your? I remember you shared a picture you recently where you were a little kid and DJing. So you always kind of had that knack, right?
I always loved messing with music.
Yeah.
That was. I remember I lived in Emsworth on Pennsylvania Avenue. So that I'm trying to remember.
I
That's
know
how
the
I remember
former mayor.
times. That's how I remember times.
Uh-huh.
So that picture was taken in my room, which was in the attic in Emsworth on Pennsylvania Avenue, and I think I might have been in like 9th, 10th grade. I looked young in that photo.
You look
though.
super little.
Yeah.
You look like you're 10 years old.
Yeah.
Oh, you're like ninth grader.
I think I was.
We got to share the picture. Yeah.
Something like that. Yeah.
We'll
Put on
share
the
it.
Facebook group.
Yeah, we'll share it. Yeah.
All right. That's cool.
That's great. Okay, so you start buying instrumentals, and I assume you had a mixer, right?
No, I don't know nothing about. I didn't back then. I knew nothing about that.
I thought you had a mixer in the picture. No,
No,
you just stand there. It just
listen
looks
to
like
this.
you did.
What I have in that picture that I'm gonna send to you and you'll put on here is a real record player stereo cassette that my mom got from the Red, White, and Blue for me. And back in the day, to me, that meant the world.
Oh yeah.
So that was the shit. So I was always playing on that, and I didn't know anything about scratching. So I was literally scratching with a real needle, with real records, tearing the shit up, just to make the noise.
Yeah. I think
Yeah.
I did the same thing.
Yeah.
With my dad, you better not touch my records and destroy them.
I was worried about the needle and stuff.
Yeah,
yeah, I was tearing it up.
I did not grow up with a dad that sympathized with scratching his records. Yeah. And then you learned, I don't know how old I was, but I learned that you need like a special turntable. The belt moves both ways, and that's how they're able to.
Yeah, and there's some kind of weight that you have to put on it.
Yeah, counterbalance.
I don't know nothing about it. I wish I did know about that to be more like authentic.
Yeah.
More authentic DJ. But
do you feel less authentic that you use digital
not at all.
stuff? No, especially now. No.
Yeah, not at all.
Okay, so you get into making music. What was the goal? Like, were you trying to be like a certain artist? Like,
Oh yeah, I wanted to be famous.
Okay.
I always wanted to be famous. I don't know why. Maybe it was the.
And you made it to this podcast. So, I mean, you're already.
Yeah,
I'm here. I
You've
did
made
it. Yeah.
Wave to the camera. You made.
I don't know which one I'm on. There's two.
You're on this one.
That one.
Yeah.
Hey, Mom. I did it.
Yeah, you made it. Okay. No, so you started making music. You took yourself dead serious, or you like?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I remember back when we would burn CDs. Back in like 2000-ish.
Yeah.
I recorded a song called. Oh, give me a sec. My mind's blank right now.
You're good.
But I recorded a song. I'm still trying to think of it. I can't think of it. I recorded a song and I put it. I used to play an instrumental on something and record on a cassette tape. So like the instrumental was going on something, and I would just spit to that and record on a cassette tape, and I don't remember how I got it on CD, but the first, I'm still trying to
tape to CDR.
CDRs.
Yeah.
I'm still trying to think of the name. My mind's blank, but I was in Beatty Tech at the time, and I got like one of those 50 packs of CDRs, and I burned copies, and I would just walk the hallways and feel like I was already famous.
Yeah.
Like, yo, I got a song. I was giving it to people I didn't know, and then it didn't get anywhere.
I mean, yeah.
But
listen, I remember that
I
feeling.
think it was called We Don't Care.
Okay.
But
Do
anyway,
you still have the old music that you made?
I don't think I have that song anymore.
Yeah, okay. No, I was gonna say I remember buying a CDR and feeling like, this is it. Now
Like the 50 pack or whatever.
it's
burn 'em
yeah,
all.
oh,
Yeah,
it's over now, world.
Yeah.
Like like I'm in business now. Like I remember I was like, I'm always like trying to sell services. You know, I remember as soon as I got CDR, I was making ads. Do you need your music burned to CD? I was like taping them up everywhere, like
Yeah.
right away, dude. Like,
Hustling.
right away.
Doing anything you can.
I remember. So that's a funny story too. Like I remember selling bootleg tapes too. Of like you remember when Machiavelli 2 came out.
Machiavelli 2?
Yeah, it was well. This had been like early on. Like so, Stediford's put out Machiavelli 2. Which
I never
is,
heard
like,
of that.
Yeah, well, it was like a bootleg tape. Basically.
Oh, now I want to go Google it.
That and like selling DVDs of movies before like they were in the theaters. You know, I'm thinking like I kind of felt like yeah, like Tupac works for me and Eminem works for me and like all this like had that young mindset. You know.
Oh,
yeah, so go ahead.
Speaking of Eminem, he changed the whole game for me.
So he
Back
was
in the
your
day?
biggest influence?
Oh man, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
That's another thing that really messes me up with when I try to make my own music. Is every time that I try to search for a beat and listen to it and start feeling it, I catch myself starting to write and sound like something that's already been done, or like Eminem, or of course Bone,
yeah.
or Twista, what I grew up on.
Yeah.
And I never really could find my own style. A lot of my music from the past, I do feel that is a good bit of my own style, but a lot of it I do go off of like what I grew up on, which
Yeah.
is like 90s hip hop and the fun 2000 stuff.
Right.
I'm not a fan of today's music, so I always fall back on the older stuff.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, nostalgia's one thing, but yeah, you do wish like the artists you still liked would just make music now that they used to make then, you know?
But they made the same type of music they made back then, but now.
Yeah, they can't do it. Like
Yeah,
even
no.
like the beats, like when I listen to older albums, I'm like, why can't they do this again? They did it then, you know?
Yeah.
They can't do it. Like I think most artists they have that shift where like now they want to sound current. You know what I mean? They're you know.
I also think that they want to stick with who they are and not change themselves to match today's.
Yeah, some do that, yeah.
And that's probably why they just leave their, what do you call it? See, my mind goes blank when I want to think of words.
Their catalog.
Legacy.
Yeah.
Leave their legacy where it is and don't mess with it. Because they could tarnish it if they continue and it fails.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You look at the careers of like Dr. Dre. He's put out 2 albums, and then that Compton album, if you count that.
I honestly like that Compton album, but a lot of it was Kendrick Lamar, which is other than being on. I've heard Kendrick Lamar prior to that, but that's where I heard him the most, and I was like, okay, this guy might be something new blowing up.
Yeah, he's from
'Cause
Compton too.
Yeah, he's all over Dre's shit.
But you look at Dr. Dre. He's only had to put out 2 albums. Now, you're a big fan of Dre too, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah. How do you feel about waiting on Detox? Do you want it to come out? Do you not think it should? Or
I honestly think that it's past its time. He should have put
out.
it out by now.
Yeah.
It was already done. He chose not to put it out.
He has hundreds of songs recorded.
Yeah.
So,
hundreds.
Real quick, his last album you said was in '99. It's now 2025.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
It still is not out yet.
Still not out. Yeah.
Yeah, it's past.
Other than he put out,
Yeah, right?
he put out an album called Compton, which remember,
I know what you're talking.
but it was like a
about.
compilation. It wasn't really a solo Dre album.
Mhm.
Oh, excuse me. You know what else I noticed is nowadays his voice is way different than it was in the 90s.
Is it?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
It kind of sound. It's not a bad thing. I like it, but it kind of sounds like his own auto tune without using auto tune.
Okay.
It's pretty cool. I like it.
Yeah, I guess I didn't notice his voice change, but I didn't. I guess I.
Yeah, it used to be more deeper, and now I feel like it's more of like a high pitched scream auto tune of him
Really?
being more emotional.
Really?
Into the music.
Yeah. See, I didn't like that song. I Need a Doctor. I didn't care.
No,
for that
I didn't
song.
like that.
Oh, you didn't like it either.
Nah.
Okay, yeah, I didn't. I just don't
I
connect
like what
with
Eminem
it.
did, trying to get him to come back. It was kind of like him begging to come back,
Yeah.
but I mean, it was cool for a piece of work, but
Yeah, I mean, it is what it is.
Yeah.
It probably does millions of streams a month.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, it's just not, just not something I can. So with music, did you ever do shows? Talk about that a little bit.
yeah. I remember my first show was at the Southside Hookah Bar and Lounge,
Okay.
and that was probably the most packed one I ever did. My first show ever was the most packed, and
So right away you're like, oh, this is gonna be great from now on. Yeah.
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 Well, not necessarily,
Okay.
because it kind of had bad results in a
Mhm.
way, but I didn't care because I did it. I overcame doing
Your
that
fear.
in front of so many people.
Are you afraid to go on stage?
I'm always nervous. I'm nervous right now. I'm nervous as a wedding.
And you
DJ.
know us. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm always. I don't know what it is being like all eyes on me.
Mm.
And it's even tough when I'm doing it at a wedding.
Yeah.
But then it's like once you break the ice or jump in the pool, once you jump in the pool, you're in, and the
Yeah.
water's cool.
Yeah.
So then after that, it's like smooth sailing.
Do you get nervous when you're at weddings and you got like different people come to you? Hey, can you play this song? You play that song, and you already got a whole list of another songs you're supposed to play, but everyone keeps, I want this on, that on.
Yeah.
Like, how's that go?
Well, speaking of that, it's like on podcast. I learned to, if they request something that is on the do not playlist, the best thing to do is just have the specific playlist that the bride and groom want, and just hand it to them and say, here, pick something off of here. That's what they want for their day.
Okay.
So go through these songs and pick one of those. It is tricky to handle that because I'm so busy in the vibe with my headphones on, trying to read the crowd, find what next song to match the BPMs, and then like when I'm trying to concentrate all these things and go through all my playlist and songs, there's like two people standing here staring at me, and it completely messes me up. So it's like, okay, I just got to stop what I'm doing, see what they want, so they go away.
Right.
No disrespect, but like DJs are busy.
Oh yeah, completely.
But
the whole
some
time you got to keep the party going.
Yeah, some can handle it fine, but like I'm still trying to figure out how.
Do you ever have someone try to offer you money to play a song and you're like, I can't, like I cannot play it?
No,
Okay.
If they offer me money,
It's coming on.
it's going on.
You just get a
Yeah.
4-star review instead of a 5, right?
Yeah.
So,
go ahead.
No, I was saying, is weddings fun for you now? Like, have you got more comfortable with doing them? I know there's a lot of pressure from, you have to deliver.
It's every wedding's different.
Mm-hmm.
Like even when it comes to playing the music, it's every wedding is custom.
Yeah.
Like nothing's the same. So like that first interview way back in the day, I forgot exactly what you asked.
With doing different weddings, have you grown more comfortable with just doing them?
For some reason it's weird. Is sometimes I'm fine, and other times I'm just like out of my safe spot, and I feel weird. So it's like it's always different. So sometimes I'm comfortable, and sometimes I'm not.
Was there a big learning curve with like learning all the software and stuff you had?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Before I started doing this, I knew nothing about computers. So I'm still learning. It's a never-ending process.
So you slapped the DJ Breze in front of your name before you were quite ready to.
Yeah.
You're like, I'll go DJ Breze. Yeah.
Well, I know enough to do what I got to do.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I know there are a lot of pressure. I know Mike goes for a lot too with weddings, and he does the full service, camera, video. He offers and DJ services. Yeah. I know
Free promotion.
Yeah. We'll blurt that part out. No, I'm just kidding.
No.
No, I'm just kidding. We got it, Ryan.
So what's like your first big wedding and what's your first small wedding? Like, what's the difference between the two of them?
My biggest wedding?
Yeah.
Well, my personal one or one that I've shadowed?
One by yourself.
One by myself. What details? Like, do you
Like, okay, you're the DJ's this great big wedding. Like, how big was the wedding party? Was it a big place, big venue? A lot of people there?
Yeah, I remember it was for another DJ that I covered for, and like I personally didn't book it. He gave it to me.
Okay.
And I'm sure he kept it cut, whatever. But I went there, and it was an outdoor, like under a big tent with a dance floor, and it turned out to be pretty cool, like, because people danced.
Mm-hmm.
I can't stand when people don't dance. It's like you have a live DJ there, and the ones that I have that have an empty dance floor all night, I've gone through everything, like genres, and I'm like, nothing's working. Maybe they just don't want to dance.
Just don't dance.
And those weddings suck. And I feel bad for the bride and groom because this is the biggest day of their life.
And people won't even celebrate with them.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've seen that, yeah.
And I try to tell bride and grooms beforehand, you guys got to be the first on the floor. They'll follow.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's a big secret.
And they got to serve them when they have the meal before everyone dances, alcohol.
Yes, yeah. That's another huge thing.
If you ever go to a wedding, it's like a dry wedding and stuff.
Yeah, I have
like,
one.
Oh, Lord.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Yeah, I've been on them too.
I think that's a lot of nerve for the bride and groom to ask everyone else to not drink. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you could just have alcohol and just let people have fun. You don't have to get drunk.
Yeah.
There's no law that you have to get drunk.
There's a lot of people, they only drink at like weddings and stuff like that. Like, normally they don't drink and stuff.
Right. What a rotten thing to like, no one's going to drink because I don't approve. You know what I mean? Like, nah. That's crazy.
Sometimes it does ruin the day, though, because people overdo it. I don't want to get into specifics in case the person watches this, because it's personal.
Yeah.
But
Just don't say their name.
Yeah, I've DJ'd a wedding where family members literally got into a physical fight before because of too much alcohol.
Yeah.
And
that's part of the fun, right? No, I know.
It was pretty bad.
Yeah, I bet. Yeah.
Yeah.
And all that money going down the tube. You know?
I mean, they made up afterwards and the party went on, but it still will always be remembered.
You think it was because of just too much drinking?
Oh yeah.
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 Yeah. See, I don't know. I'd almost rather someone get into a fight than just be standing there like in Revenge of the Nerds. You know, like
you know what? Yeah, action.
Yeah.
Let's put some action.
And you remember it. I mean, you know, it's
like they took it outside.
Even better. That's like gangster shit. Rolling up the sleeves on the way out the door. That's so much cooler.
A couple of groomsmen coming up too.
Yeah.
And then I remember afterwards, one of the family members came in and they were like, "What? No, they were like, I forget what they said, but they were like, put something calm
slow,
on. Put something calm on." I don't remember what I played, but
I'll always love you or something.
I don't remember. But they wanted me to stay away from like pumped up fighting Lil Jon type music.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, for sure.
After that,
the whole rest of that. Yeah. That's pretty good.
It's like instrumental the rest of the night. Like, you know, real slow music.
Yeah, yeah. And there's nothing like I remember I went to a wedding one time and the DJ was putting on songs. He would go out and dance with the crowd. You ever do anything like that?
See, like, back to the whole nervous thing, I'm not comfortable enough to do that.
Yeah.
I think I know the wedding.
You were there.
Big J.
Oh, yeah.
Rest in peace.
Oh, yeah.
Best of the Beach Boys. That's what I heard all night.
Yeah, the whole wedding was Beach Boys music.
No way.
Oh, yeah. And I think it was a dry wedding, too, as a matter of fact.
It was. It was actually at a church.
Yeah, it was at a church.
It was at a church, and it was like downstairs in their recreation room or whatever.
Yeah, yeah. And they had the rule, no alcohol, of course. Everyone violated and just went outside and made their own drinks, you know.
And they did the train and everything else.
The train was legendary.
Sometimes I do weddings where couples don't want any line dances.
Yeah. Is that to prevent issues or what is it?
I think they just don't want their wedding to be what people expect, maybe.
Okay.
But then I got people coming up to me requesting the line dances. So I just go communicate with the bride.
Like
country line dances?
No, like wobble. I don't what might
wobble. What's the other one? To the left, or not electric slide, but we gonna get funky. Everybody clap your hands.
Oh, I know
clap,
that song. I don't know
clap.
what it's called.
You know, Cupid Shuffle.
Yeah.
No.
See?
Everybody just
when
clap.
I'm on the spot thinking I can't think.
Clap your hands.
But yeah, stuff like that.
Yeah.
Like group dance type stuff. Like YMCA, but newer.
I love watching people do that stuff, like the Cupid Shuffle and stuff like that.
I
would never do it, but I love watching it.
You know what's crazy is when the bride and groom will not. It's rare, but when they don't want that, that's what will get them on the dance floor. People,
100%.
Yeah,
100%.
Because everyone could do it together. It's a known dance, and they might not feel uncomfortable because
now
of how they
everyone's
might be
doing it.
dancing.
Yeah, you put on the cha-cha slide. That's what it is.
Yeah.
You put on the cha-cha slide. They're all coming out.
Part 2.
Yeah, yeah.
That's
Oh,
it,
yeah.
yeah.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Definitely. It's so funny, that song, when it comes on, I always picture, like, in my mind, which I don't mean nothing towards the artist that sings it, but, like, I could just picture that studio session. Like, the engineer was like, oh, for fuck's sake. Like, I mean, like this guy's in there, we gonna get funky. Like, everybody
what the
clap your
hell is
hands.
this?
Yeah. And yeah, the engineer's probably like, oh my God.
And then
You
it
know what I mean?
blew up.
And then it becomes this internet smash hit.
Yeah.
You know, like,
I wonder if that hit 1 billion views yet.
it
had to
easily, dude,
Yeah.
easily. It's one of the biggest songs. It might as well be the United States anthem at this point. Like, it's one of the biggest songs. It's ubiquitous. Like, it goes across. There's people across seas doing that dance. You know what I mean? Like, it's insane how big that song is now.
Do you guys have a favorite line dance?
Watching, I don't do any.
Oh.
Yeah, Cupid Shuffle. You know, Electric Slide.
I mean, I don't know.
You've been to a lot of weddings. Come
I've
on.
been to a lot of weddings.
Come on.
Jeez, I'm trying to think here, top of my head.
That proves how much he cares about line dance.
I don't know if I'm out there. I'm out there.
He's drinking. He's like, they're all the same.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I actually just went to an event that had a live DJ, and I was line dancing.
At the wedding?
No. It was a second chance prom on the Gateway Clipper.
Oh, okay.
It was fun.
Did you like talk to the DJ and request a song and
No,
do the things that
I
irritate you?
I liked watching him, but I don't like, from watching podcasts. I learned to not go to the DJ and brag or tell him that you're a DJ too.
Yeah.
Because he doesn't care.
No.
You know, so I just observe here and there. I might Shazam something like, yo, that was a good idea. I'm gonna put that in one of my playlists.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, but then again, I'm with my wife, so I gotta, not be
She's
on
like,
the
will you
phone.
stop being a DJ for 5 seconds? And
No,
yeah.
actually, she said, I just said actually 3 times now.
Mm-hmm.
She said,
We'll cut them out.
she said, she actually, dare I go again,
Boom. Ding.
said that I should do that.
Like, basically, you're working when you're even out having fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, you have to.
You have to.
Because we don't go out that much.
Well, because the DJing for you supplements your income. Like, you're actually making enough that it's, you're buying campers and everything else now. Like, you're.
Yeah, campers with rotted wood.
Nobody has to know.
You still have it though, right?
Yeah.
No, that's funny though.
Yeah, I actually got a good price on a camper last summer, and I put it in a storage lot, and we were, to hold on to it until we got a campground. And now that we found a campground, it comes with everything. So now that I'm trying to sell this one that I've been holding on to, and I just learned yesterday that all that musty smell is coming from wood rot that's on the other side of the ceiling.
Okay.
So I have it on Marketplace, and I have a lot of people. I would estimate like 60 or 70 people hit me up about this thing. It's like crazy.
So it'll be like sold in no time then.
Well, until they hear that there's wood rot.
That's like that.
Yeah. But I told this one guy that wants to trade it for a Harley, and I'm like, and I told him.
What?
Yeah, and he sent me a picture and
Wow.
a video of the Harley. It's clean, it's nice, it sounds good. We're meeting tomorrow.
Do you drive a motorcycle?
Nope, I don't know shit about them.
So you're just gonna trade it for the Harley just to have the
And then
Harley?
I'm gonna go to bike school and learn how to ride it because it's nice. Yeah, I'm dead serious. I always wanted a bike.
Wow.
My dad used to ride a motorcycle,
Mm-hmm.
and I think it would become a fun thing to do with driving the kids around the block or through the neighborhood
Mhm.
on the back, and the wife would love it. I know that. So
Yeah.
I'm gonna take a.
Well, I think she'd prefer you learn how to drive it first, then she might love it. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's classic. You mentioned your dad, and I know personally because I know you lost your dad at what age?
14 or 15.
Wow. And so you're one of the only artists I know that I'm sure other artists have lost their dad that I know or personally, but you seem to put his memory into a lot of your music. Do you want to talk about that at all?
I wouldn't say it's in a lot of my music. I have mentioned it in maybe 2 or 3 songs.
I guess because I've done the videos for you. So for
maybe
me,
that's
it's
why,
like, yeah.
I don't really know much to touch base on it.
He's buried in Ohio.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
I forget the name of the
somewhere near Cleveland.
cemetery.
Yeah.
I'd have to look it up.
Yeah, like I said, you're one of the artists that seems to mention your dad, like in your music. Like, is that something you're not cognizant of doing, or it just happens to come out?
No, sometimes I feel like it's a. See, my mind's blank again with what I want to say.
Mm-hmm.
I hate when I can't think of the word.
Mm-hmm.
What's something that you do to help you?
Therapeutic.
No, not therapeutic. It's something to help you get through it or help you feel better.
Cope.
Yeah, we could go with that, but that's
Okay.
not it.
I'm trying to think what you're actually trying to say.
I really wish I could think of the word right now.
Something that you do that helps you get through something. Kind of
like closure. Not closure.
Okay, yeah.
Not to forget about it.
Yeah.
I don't think that's the word. I can't think of it. But
it's helping you cope with the situation.
Yeah.
It's helping you deal with it. It's helping you I
like therapeutic.
Yeah, therapy.
Yeah.
That's actually what it is. It's therapeutic. You're not ignoring it. You're actually just channeling it through your music.
That's another thing that's really cool with being an artist and making songs is it's like an audio diary where you could get your emotions out. Like therapy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you think Eminem helped with that too? Because he was always talking about his daughter and stuff.
And killing his wife.
Yeah. Yeah. So it made you want to be personable, like with your story.
Not just Eminem. There was a lot of people. NF is a huge person that talks a lot about personal situations, even though he's not a personal person.
Yeah.
And all of his music is amazing.
Doesn't he pretty much hide his identity in all his music videos? Is that his thing, or is he?
No.
Okay, I thought maybe he used to.
No, he only comes around when he comes out with new music. He only comes around when he comes out with new music. And then he tours it and disappears for like 2 years.
Oh, he won't post on social media?
Nothing.
Oh, interesting.
His wife does, though.
Okay.
His wife does.
Who's he? I don't know who he is.
NF.
He's very similar to Eminem, in my opinion. Very similar to Eminem. He even sounds like Eminem, basically.
Well,
to me,
he used to,
because I don't listen to him a lot. So.
He used to, and he even said that he grew up on Eminem and his raps, and in his old album, I think it was called Memories. You could hear it a lot.
Yeah.
But then he finally realized he's got to pull away from that, and through his albums and him growing, he found his own style, and it's pretty good.
All right, we're going to put you on the spot like hell right now,
All
okay?
right.
Uh-oh.
Who is your Mount Rushmore of hip-hop? So that means you have 4 people.
4?
Yep.
4.
That's
My
Mount
4
Rushmore.
Mount Rushmores. Okay. That makes sense because of Mount Rushmore. All right, so... Okay, I'm going with Coolio.
Whoa. Okay,
that's a
didn't
good
you
one.
have him on yours? No.
No, I like Coolio.
Okay, that's a hell of a pick. Okay.
I'm going with Ice Cube.
Okay.
And then I gotta say Eminem.
For sure.
Okay.
And then Redman.
Wow.
Huh.
Okay, that's a difference.
I feel bad I didn't say Bone.
See, so Bone, of course, they deserve on anyone's Mount Rushmore, in my opinion. But I guess it's hard because they're not solo artists.
And you know what's better is I always mention them, so it's me going outside of the box now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a cool top 4, though. I like that.
Yeah.
I guess
Coolio.
if you're only picking 4, you'd be saying that'd be all a Bone. Then if you were saying that was your Mount
Yeah. That's my Mount Rushmore. No. But
I like being put on the spot. If
Which
you have any
member are
more.
we kicking off then to make it 4?
what's that?
What member are we kicking off to make it 4?
You'd have to kick off Wish just because he's never put out a solo album.
All right, fair enough.
You know. But that's it. You know what I mean? But that's his fault, man, not mine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Come on, Wiz.
Yeah.
What is it? Get Your Thug On, the best solo song on The Art of War.
Whoa, that's big talk right there.
Everybody knows it.
What's
They
your
might not
favorite?
admit
What's
it,
your
but-
favorite solo song between "It's All Real," Seven Sign, Mind of a Soldier,
Boring.
or Get Your Thug On?
Kidding.
What's my favorite out of those?
What's your favorite solo song out of those 4?
What were the 4 again?
So you remember the Art of War?
Yes.
But Bone each had a solo song. So you had "It's All Real" by Crazy Bone, Seven Sign by Busy Bone,
Wait, I was singing the first one. What was the second one?
Seven Sign. Who got you?
Didn't he have a
Who shot
feature
you?
on
Who
that
stopped
song?
you? Pop you? Huh?
He had a feature on that song, right?
Yeah, Majesty.
Okay.
I don't remember that one unless I hear it.
Wow. Dun 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 dun.
Yeah.
No, okay.
It's been a while since
Okay,
I
and then
listened.
no, get your thug on. Get your thug on.
Was the first one, it's all real, it's
Yeah,
all real.
it's,
So that one I remember,
it's
so maybe that
all
one's so
real
far.
what you see. That
Yeah.
one, it's slower. That's why Ryan eliminates it right away.
Actually,
What was the
I'd
fourth
take that
one?
one over the Busy one. I think the Busy was the worst one.
Really? Not
Yes.
the worst.
It was the worst.
Go ahead though.
What was the
My
fourth one?
opinion.
Where are we at here? Who don't you
Damn, I
remember?
don't
Wishbone,
even
get your thug on. Busy Bone, Seven Sign. Lazy Bone, Mind of a Soldier. Crazy Bone, It's All Real.
It's all real, baby, it's all real. Is that
No,
the
no,
one
you're
song?
singing. You're singing.
See,
It's all
I don't
good.
know any of these ones unless I hear them.
You're singing. It's all good.
It's all good, baby.
It's
yeah.
all G
See,
double O D
I don't know
good.
any of these four unless I hear them.
Oh, you gotta listen. Go back to. Well, okay, we'll say that for the next interview then.
Yeah.
We'll pick it right back up there.
Yeah.
We'll
So
make a note of it.
yeah. So in the future, what you got coming up? Anything?
Music wise,
Yeah.
I don't know if you want to talk about Blackouts yet.
It's up to you. You
Go
can.
for it.
I think we should hold off on
Okay,
that.
we can hold off for that.
Yeah.
What about
That's a
solo
little
career? What you got?
sneaky.
Anything coming up?
Music wise,
Mm-hmm.
man, I don't know what happened, but I really lost interest.
Mm-hmm.
And it doesn't help that I'm just super busy anymore. Like back when I was doing it, before I had a wife and kids, before I had a serious job where I really needed a job, I would just sit at home for hours and just there was nothing else to do.
Yeah.
Like my money was low, so I didn't have cable and stuff like that. So I would just listen to beats, and that's how a lot of my older stuff came out because I had nothing else to do. But nowadays I'm so busy, it's hard for me to stay concentrated on just getting it done
Yeah.
because there's multiple things going on.
Yeah. No, I understand that, dude. It definitely is the passion starts to fade away a little bit. Maybe just be coming of age. Maybe like, it isn't even the wife, the kids, the job. Maybe just,
Being
part
older.
of you just being older and growing out of that like habit. Cause
I think that's what it is.
what habits do you really have from back in the day that you still do now? You know what I mean? It's like, other than Brian collected Michael Myers toys, like, nothing. Yeah.
Good guy and handsome.
Yeah. Not most people do grow out of certain things. You know what I mean? It's hard. Your friends ain't really around as much as they used to be.
Not at all.
Yeah, no.
That we don't even get me started.
That's,
on
I
that.
feel like I hardly have any friends now.
It's
I have like
crazy.
3 friends like
Yeah.
that I feel like,
I honestly think it's just because growing up, girlfriends or wives, kids, maybe work, everything's out of control with prices nowadays. It's not as easy as it used to be. So people just like stay to themselves and just do what they got to do to survive. I don't know. I've actually been trying to hit up a friend that for some reason.
Would you like to address the camera and look into it and tell your friend you'd like for him to get a hold of you?
Nah.
No.
The reason why is because I don't feel like he deserves
The shout out.
the shout out. Yeah.
But I thought you were trying to get a hold of him though.
No, he's ignoring me. So why would I show
Oh, I see.
love?
Well,
know?
you could say, "Hey, man," like you don't have to say his name, but dude, what's up? Like,
Dude, what's up?
yeah, that's
It could, just be,
it.
it could just be like life, though. Sometimes it's not personal. It's just, he might have a lot going on right now. You have a lot going on. Just
But
trying
the
to
thing
find time.
is, he was back in the day. We were always cool, and then out of nowhere, he disappeared for a couple years. And then I ran it. See if he ever sees us, he's gonna know who he is. I ran into him again, and then we started talking for like a year, and then all of a sudden he just disappeared.
Is he married or anything?
No.
That's what it is. You got the wife and kids now. People change. It's definitely a big part of it. Where, like me personally, like people that are married with children, I feel like I'm just violating their time and space if I'm in it too much.
You know me and Double A don't feel that way at all.
No. Most people, Ryan and Melissa, are like that too. They're very welcoming and stuff. But
Yeah.
but being the other person, you always feel like, oh, it's so awkward. Like
Maybe that's what
you don't want to go certain places with.
But the
everybody.
thing is, it had nothing to do with invitations or coming over.
Yeah,
It's just like a a text message
Yeah.
to communicate.
Yeah.
I know he has the time to say what's up. Or
Everyone
whatever.
does, yeah.
Yeah.
Time just life happens
Crazy.
so fast, dude. Like life happens so fast
Yeah.
now.
It does. It's, time just flies anymore.
I was telling like my niece the one day, like what they don't teach you in high school is that these people don't really matter that much, and when you're out of school, they're gone. Some of them you'll never see them the rest of your life.
Yeah.
It's crazy to me. Like some people, I'm like, what the hell happened to so and so? Never seen them the day after. I was out of school a little bit early, but regardless, though, like once they're out of high school and when you come that age, some people move away. Some people are just gone off the face of the earth. And then sadly, you got some people passing away super early.
Oh, that happens so much.
Yeah, nowadays.
Like the older you get, the more folks around you just keep disappearing.
Yeah, and my issue too with that now, it's like, and this is my biggest problem with all that, is that I feel like when we were growing up, you'd hear like so-and-so's uncle might have died because he was an alcoholic, or, like I'm talking about people that die younger than they should of natural causes. But nowadays, they have so many people they're seeing dropping dead all around them on Facebook, constantly in their face, and they're still doing these hardcore drugs. Not everyone's doing it intentionally. Like I know people are lacing things with fentanyl and stuff, and it's getting scary. Yeah,
I don't know why anybody would mess with that fentanyl stuff.
Because people that sell drugs don't care about anybody, and that's.
But what's the point of putting that?
It enhances your symptoms, and it's cheap. So if you're just dude, there's people.
That's why Mac Miller's gone.
There's people putting people are doing what they think is cocaine, and they're dying because there's fentanyl in it. There's police that have pulled people over and they find drugs on someone, and they're like moving it, and they get the fentanyl into their system, and they die.
Yeah,
just from touching it.
Dang.
Yeah, like it is like whoever invented it
just by touching it.
by touching it.
Yeah, because it gets in your pores.
Yeah.
Oh, no kidding.
Yeah.
It is so bad. It's so there's also another story where a family rented an Airbnb house. When their kids like playing on the floor, and they're like, walk around on the phone or whatever they're doing. The kid dropped dead because the people that were there, because the people that were there before it had fentanyl drugs out and like the residue.
That's the scary thing about even staying at a hotel room than anymore.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. Like, dude, now it's scary out there.
Yeah.
Now.
I heard that fentanyl, all it takes is like the half of the size of a Tic Tac to kill you.
God.
It's so strong.
And it's undetectable.
Yeah.
I think they are working on something now, like science, where you could like put like something like sturt, and then if it turns a certain color. I don't do drugs, so I don't know exactly everything, but like it is it's scary stuff.
I do drugs every morning.
What do you do?
Coffee.
Coffee.
Yeah.
So caffeine.
Yeah.
Okay.
That was a good one. Come on.
Yeah. That's classic. But yeah, so I guess with that being said, is there anyone you'd like to shout out?
The wife and kids.
All right.
Yeah. What's up? Love you guys.
Ryan, anything else you'd like to say before we wind this down?
No, I think it was a great show. That's all.
We've been telling people this is now, like you're one of the first guests we've actually had. So this is now an open platform for you. Like, if you have a project coming up, you'd like to talk about it on here, or just come on to promote something you're up to, or even just sit down and talk, this is now open for you. So with that being said, this is DJ Breze. Take us out.
I honestly don't have anything.
Even better.
The only thing that came to mind is the wedding DJ.
Oh yeah, talk about how do they get a hold of you?
They could go to my website, which is jbreze.com.
Oh, he flexed on everyone. Yeah. He's the first one.
.com.
He's the first one that we've had, and he's our fifth guest, I think.
Now wait. It's all lowercase. jbreaze.com. You spell Breeze with an EA.
EAZ, yeah. BREAZE.com. Yeah.
jbreze.com.
jbreze.com. Yeah, he's the first one to drop the hit my.com. You worthless. No.
Yeah.
Love it. All right, guys. Well, I guess we're going to wind this down. I think that's about it. Mass Culture Podcast, episode 15.
And we are out
5 more to go, and we're going to throw a party.
Oh, yeah. Forgot about that.
Boom.
Is there going to be pizza there?
You're going to be DJing it. We're trying to get that place in
Oh,
Bellevue.
that's right. That is a pizza party. I remember.
Don't you have one of them coming up right now? Didn't I just see you posting that?
At the same place.
Yeah.
I want to shout out Tavern Pizza, too. because they hooked me up with cool things to DJ there. And
Hey, maybe that could be our first potential sponsor or our second one, but you know, we'll have to talk to them.
Yeah, Tavern Pizza is located in Bellevue where the Blockbuster used to be.
But are they tavernpizza.com though?
Don't know the website.
That they could be slipping on. We have to find that out. All right, guys, we're going to sign out. Tavern Pizza, DJ Breze, Count Ryan, Mass Culture Podcast. We're out.
Bye-bye.